Welcome everyone, good evening. Welcome to the ABM Skittles Club at Wallingford Sports Park, the home, the heart of Oxfordshire skittling. You join us this evening for another 9 o'clock kickoff. Division 1 match. It's last 6 home, lads night out away. Team sheets just being completed. Let's have a look. We've got, so last 6.
Oh, okay.
Leading off for last 6 will be Brian Doe, followed by Angie Keeler. In at number 3 is a last minute change. It's Rad. Rad is in there. In at number 3. In at number 4, it's Graham Hemming, Brian Turner 5, and Ray Smiles at number 6 for last 6. Lads night out. The youngster Albert Hansel is leading us out, followed by Andy Hayes. Then it's a very strong lineup there. Number 3 is Tom Morgan, number 4 Rob Priest, number 5 Matthew Wright, and the skipper Alan Pointer in his usual number 6 position. Just a few more formalities to do, chalking up the names and the toss, and we should be away very shortly. I hope you've got a glass of something cool and tasty and a few light snacks. You're settled in for another hour of quality Skittles from Wallingford.
I've lost the toss, so we're in. We've been put in. That means, Albert, when you're ready, we may begin. That's what we just discussed, wasn't it? Yeah, right.
There we go.
We need to get some tunage on.
The toss has been lost. Not the first time this season, has to be said. So young Albert Hansel, wearing a fetching Los Angeles pullover, delivers the first ball. Oh, that was a little unfortunate. We thought that was going to hit the kingpin there. He's taken the 3 out in the middle. Oh, just unfortunate to take that back pin with him. Still, a nice strike on the kingpin here. Looks good for the 3rd ball. Has he got it? Oh, yes. That's a superb start for young Albert there. That's the way to start things off with an 8. Sticker upper, going to have to work hard this evening if that type of scoring continues. Let's hope for our sake it does. Up first for last 6 is Brian. Brian, a veteran of the league, one of the deepest knee bends in skittling. Oh, always accurate, Brian. Always accurate, very rarely misses a kingpin. It's the strains of the Beatles strike up. Here's the 2nd ball from Brian. Ooh, uncharacteristically missed his target there. Got the laser eyes out though. I think he's going to make up for that with this final shot. There he goes. Yes, that's a very good 7 from Brian. He doesn't miss twice. Next up for the lads, it's a late substitution caused by Martin, who was down to play, has unfortunately got the lurgy and the man flu. Martin, if you're watching, get well soon. If you're not watching, why aren't you here, you lazy bastard? Andy Hayes making a welcome return to competitive skittling. We haven't seen him in a full-on game for some time. How's that layoff going to affect him? Well, a wry laugh from Mr. Hayes there, but he knows he can do better. Now then. Missed the kingpin again. Probably fortunate there. This king is still available. And he's missed it. 4 scored. It's a fine. He's overpaid. I don't like the fact that he's putting another one in the bank. Angie up next from last 6. For those of you who aren't aware, we operate a fine system in Lads Night Out. If you score 4 or less, it's 20p. If you manage a big fat 0, it's 50p. And that goes in the kitty towards our next curry night. Andy helping us out with an extra poppadom there. Nice steady delivery from Angie. 3-4 scored. Oh, another lovely. Now, this angle is definitely on, but you want to be careful not to too fine a cut on the kingpin. Now then. Oh, well played. Well played. Angie, well done there. Great start from last 6, 7 and 8. To Lads Night Out, 8 and 4. 12 plays 15. Tom Morgan now. He'll be up for Lads Night Out. Always very powerful deliverer of the ball. Big run up. Strong throw. Hit with some force there. King is still available. Taking the back to out, and this is still on. Just a little bit to the left of the king as you're looking at it, my right, and this could be very tasty. Ah, it's unlucky, but great 8 score.
0 points.
So some good scoring so far. Up at 3rd place for last 6, it's Rad Ramsey. First ball of the night. Oh, nearly whistled all the way through. Took a consolation back pin there. What can he do with his second ball? He's not looking happy about that. Work to do here. Oh, only the 4 scored there. That makes things very interesting. Now, Lads Night Out, 20 after the first 3 have scored. Last 6, 19. Very close match. Rob Priest now in at number 4 for the lads to bring it home. Another Welshman. 2 Welshmen in the team tonight. Good start. We'll take 3 per ball all night. Oh, whistled past the kingpin there. Now then, a bit of a pressure shot here. There's a very tempting gap there on the left as you look at it. Yeah, curse the commentator there. It sucked him in. 3 only scored for Rob. But like a true gentleman, he's straight in with his fine. Didn't have to be asked. Number 4 for last 6, it's Graham. Another slight first ball. Now then, that's really rattled that one. That's unfortunate not to end up with 3. But then again, you know, if he had gone down, there'd be a horrible split. What can he make of this? The gap again. 5 scored. Well,
Even Steve.
23 plays 24. Nip and tuck again. It's swung a point either way. But you know, it's been a close. If this is going to be a flavour of the match to come, we should be in for a thriller.
This is a treat, yeah. Not necessarily quality-wise, but in terms of...
It's always a treat. Now, Matt...
Who doesn't like a close game?
Matt throwing in position 5 here.
Coming off 32 last time now.
Bottle green shirt and suede...
It's the loosener.
Suede-ette trainers is the outfit there. Oh, now then. Big pressure to hit a big king here. He's not looking a happy bunny.
Just the 4.
Only 4, another fine.
That's all right, mate.
3 fines so far for Lads Night Out on the leg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Do you feel it? Do
Facebook
you feel perhaps it's the bottle green shirt that's just putting you off? Is it? Did you call your colour consultant before you came out tonight for a?
No, I didn't actually. And it's slightly shrunk in the wash, so it's feeling very tight.
Racing green. That's the question. I mean, I'm sure everyone's asking it. Yeah, I'll have a doom. Yeah, go on. Let's stick with the sweet muck. Might as well. Oh, there we go.
Well, Brian Turner now.
Lovely 6.
Oh, that's a superb 3 balls of Skittles there.
The first one wasn't much to write home about.
No, but those last
Second one.
and that third one he knew exactly where that was going. Well,
to do here, really.
33
6 behind.
to 27, 6
Better
behind.
take the jumper.
Plus these. The skipper strips down. No, Mr. Big Hands. The favourite lucky team, mind you. It does have to happen sometimes. So big ask from the skipper. Really, he needs to have a very strong 3 balls, and Ray from last 6 needs to have a bit of a poor show. Well, you can't say fairer than that on the kingpin. It just didn't really do much else. Some little cluster here on the left as you look at it. Now then. Skipper's a left-hander, of course. Where's he going to go? Staying close to the radiator side, rolling it up the side. That's a 6. 33, the final score for the Lads Night Out in this first leg. 33 is the score for last 6. They've got to go to win. I mean, if he could throw down a big fat 0, we could sneak a draw.
He throws one down and it hits nothing. Then the pressure starts to ratchet up, doesn't it? But with Ray, I suspect it's going to be no pressure here. First ball, 2 or 3.
Just the right side of that. I was worried that the heavy knitwear might be weighing him down there, but he's just pushed on through.
He's just keeping warm, yeah. There you go.
Maybe you should have kept yours on, Skip.
I was happy with my 6, to be honest. I mean, I can't make up for...
Given that unlucky kingpin. There we go. 38 to 33. That's the first leg gone. That's 2 points to 0
Never like to lead down
for last 6. Thank you, sir. No, as Alan said, Lads Night Out don't like leading out. They always seem to perform a little better if they win the toss. Still.
If it wasn't due, I'd go back and ask for a top up. I don't need the extra half centimetre of malty sweetness.
So, Brian now, leg 2 for last 6. Oh, his usual laser accuracy. That's twice so far tonight. It's let him down, but as I said last row, he never misses twice.
You've faced him many a time, haven't you? So he always leads out for the last 6. So normally he's your opponent.
There we go.
Disappointed not to be playing tonight, Simon?
Am I disappointed not to be playing? I think, bearing in mind my mediocre performances in the last two games, I'm happy to maybe give it a rest.
Yeah, okay.
Recharge.
And it gets Hayes back into the Skittles, doesn't it? I mean, I think
It's always good when you put two Welshmen out in a game.
only his second game is Albert. Albert.
Young Hansel on his social media. Perhaps he was watching the live stream, which was a little bit recursive because that's what was happening last week when the crowd were watching themselves, but with a slight delay.
We've got a technical question here.
That's harsh.
He needs wood. Just getting a picture.
Well, can you see it?
Does he need to do live things?
No, he just needs to view the live stream. Can you view it? Have you watched the stream? Oh, it's going then.
Good accurate.
I'm afraid I can't help with these technical responses. People who are technically illiterate. Right, sorry for that distraction.
Falling the right way at the pace with you.
7 from Albert. Great first 2 scores.
This is sort of like they go exactly.
On the walk-in, young Albert was telling me that he feels disappointed with his recent performances. They've been below what he expects, and it looks like he's come good on the promise that he was telling me about on the way in. There, it's a very strong start. So we have a healthy 2-point lead.
Unfortunate with his last few scores, he's deserved more. Maybe the big square table is a good omen for that. I don't know.
Oh, just too much of a little glance there from Angie.
She's quite low pace but accurate, fairly accurate.
It's rare that she misses all of them. It's rare that she drifts through. Now then, does she go right as the audience looks for it and go for the angle, or does she go to the left as the audience looks and go for that cluster?
I'd take the quarter pin on the left here if you can, and then you've got hope.
Yeah.
Probably disappointed there.
4 points scored. Andrew Hayes is next up for Lads Night Out. It's getting warm at the ABM club here. I'm going to have to remove a layer.
Very mild, isn't it?
Just in the meantime, a word from our sponsors.
Well, it is nip and tuck, I think, tonight. I think it's going to be a close thing. Let's see if Hayes can equalise his opponent. Needs an 8 to get back on parity with his opponent. So let's see where we get here. It's a good start, 3-pin score.
Thank you, Alan. Holding the fort there while I stripped off the fleece. Now then.
Positive out the fine zone.
There is it's a good 7, strong 7 here. Now then, he's pulled it.
He's still warming himself back into the
He is. It's been a while. Never mind
fine
that.
zone. Anyway.
You're in credit this time. But how long has it been since you've had a competitive match?
Oh God, about 2 months or so.
Well,
Season, I believe. His only appearance this winter so far.
so is this the first time we've done double Welsh in this season? Must be.
If Rob played that first game, I'd have to check my stats, and I've not got them to hand.
Must be the first.
I'll tell a lie. Hang on, let's have a look, shall we?
While Alan gets his stato out, it's Rad for last 6. Missed that first one. Oh, that was close. Taken out the middle.
We had Martin and Brian in for Matt and Rob. So
But this is the first double Welsh lineup.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that
Like
was
to bring
close.
something to the formation. Either the double southpaw, well, the squared Welsh formation. You know, something just to throw out the.
Just to rattle the opposition.
A little bit of doubt.
They wouldn't have planned for that, would they? In their pre-match briefing, their skipper would not
look
have.
through the stats.
They
Which
would
I'm
have not
sure
thought
they
the double
do.
Welsh would have been on.
I'm not sure if they were down there watching us last week, but they probably had a scout down here. I would have thought.
Well, of course, now we're live streaming the games, Alan. They wouldn't need to.
It's true.
Perhaps this is a foolish thing we're doing.
We're opening ourselves up to.
Yeah, it's a bit more difficult for us to study other teams' form because everyone else is doing the same thing. Anyway, Tom Morgan now. Oof, again, the powerful delivery, the big run-up.
Lovely delivery, but didn't actually hit.
This can sometimes be his.
First ball. Could you enlighten me
Briscoe was a good,
Solid.
yeah, three good hits and an 8. Yeah. Well, no, he missed the king until the last ball, but there was plenty of power to deliver the other pin.
Where's he gone here?
Oh, again, that's unlucky. Only a 4 scored. He's going to be disappointed with that coming out of an 8 in leg 1. So, after 3 have thrown for both, we're halfway through leg 2. It's a slim lead for Lancelot, out 16 pins to 14.
You're putting it on the alley nice.
Graham now,
That's the thing. And that last ball.
number 4 for last 6.
Yeah, there we go. That's about another.
That's dropped out of his hand a little bit. Yeah,
And it just jumps out of
looks like it slipped out of the grip. See if he can get a firmer grip on it this time. That's better.
I'm thinking there may need.
Oh my goodness. Overcorrected to the other side and just nicked it rather than...
What to do here?
That's pretty good. I think that's a good pickup there given the circumstances. That's 4 scored for Graham. Very symmetrical scoring for last 6. 5-4, 5-4.
Did it feel like the first time he'd had a game in a while?
I don't think Rob would like me to talk about it. I think he's drawn a line under that, and here he comes now. Casually,
He's got a lot on. He's got a lot on his plate.
there we go. He's equalled it now with his first shot. It's fine.
You always need to warm into the game, I think. Very hard. Because of the fact that we change our team pretty much every week, that continuity which Skittles love, it's hard to get. He's left him with a tricky spare there.
Just squeaked away from the king pin there. 4 scored.
It's another 20p for Rob.
Still, we have that slim 2-pin lead. 20 pins to Lad Night out to 18. Oh, and as the darts crowd get rowdy, it's Brian Turner's turn. Now then, he's got the king pin available still. He's not too worried. Oh, now Brian might be feeling the pressure. That gap on the left, as you see it, can act like a magnet for a skittle ball sometimes. No, he made sure of it. He was worried about it, though. You could tell he almost wanted to not get sucked into that vortex. Still.
Just 4 for Brian there.
5 for Brian.
Must have got one up. Something in there. Be interested to look. It's the other week. John Wadsworth claimed an additional pin which wasn't there, and my original marking machine was correct. Interesting.
Wow, that's a superb first ball. That made a lovely noise. You always know it's going to be when that noise happens. 6 pins with 1 bowl.
Difficult for 3 here, I'd say.
I know, but I notice he's lost the green shirt, and look what's happened. I told you it wasn't his colour. Yeah, that's a superb score.
Oh, pressure's off for me.
9 pins.
29.
29 plays 23. So that does mean Ray really needs to come up with a stunning score.
6 difference before I chuck the ball down.
If he gets a clearance here, it puts you under a wheel, just a little, one of those little pressury shots that you got to get.
What if he has all 9, or whether if he does better than that?
Let's see what he does with the
City with Stevie Wonder here. It's an interesting forward there.
I don't think the spare's on, but well, we could see an 8 here.
Great shot to take all of these.
Wow.
See what I mean? It just wasn't.
The 8 is.
That was as good an effort as you could get for that. And
I think
he
he's
didn't take any of the back 2. So. He's just missed.
Just pulled that. It's really unfortunate. It's a very good 7. Coming off his 5 last time. So that's a straight 30 for last 6. We're on 29. Skip, you need 2 for the win. Got a 2 in your Skip?
I would hope so. Well, I'm not enjoying the weird black flannel voice there tonight.
Oh yeah. So some skittlers prefer just to moisten their hand lightly. But strangely, there's a black beer mat that's appeared, but we've never seen before. And Alan, very traditional and quite into his portents, his lucky T-shirt. He's not happy with the black cloth. We're used to a white one. So there's 3. We've won the leg. He's now worrying about his personal average, of course. Kingpin still available. Cross alley drive for the lefty. And he has missed it, but that's... we didn't need that. Lads Not Out take the second leg, 35-30. So it's 2 points all. If you're new to Skittles, the scoring is you get 2 points for a one leg, 1 point for a drawn leg, and of course no points for a lost leg. Leg 3 now. Young Albert Hansel up for Lads Night Out. Coming off a very strong 8 and a 7. His first proper miss he's had all evening, actually. Cheeky tumble there on that pin closest to you on the camera.
Brad's badly, but that's what I advise here. But he's still in the early days.
Now, hang on. Yes, that's a good 6. It's a good 6, solid 6. So leg 3 in the ABM League is known as the beer leg. The rule here is that basically if you beat your opponent's score, then your opponent has to buy you a beer. Traditionally it's a half, although some people buck that trend.
But half is the expectation.
Half is an expectation, yes. Now then. Brian.
You have to be offered more than a half. You wouldn't ever request more than a half.
Brian with his deep bend and those laser eyes. Oh, now, the look on his face was that he wanted to punish young Albert, but that's going to be difficult now.
He's a very solid player.
He is solid, but...
Maybe not at his absolute bluesy best tonight, I'd say.
Oh, he's not now. Oh, and he grimaced. There was a grimace from Brian as he went back, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't joint pain. I think it was disappointment. Oh, that's a superb recovery. He's next to the 6 to roll the beer leg over to the next leg.
Making you earn it, Albert.
I think Albert felt he had that one in the bag.
I thought you had the beer there, maybe. I think everyone thought the beer was yours.
The trend doesn't keep going down. Well, I'm happy.
We're at 21 so far.
21 from 3 is not a bad
If
show.
you get a 5 and a 4, you're still going to hit 30. So I think 21 has been quality.
Now then, Andy Hayes for Lads Not Out.
Hayes is still very much finding his range.
He is. It's been a long time since he's addressed the alley in a competitive game.
20-something of September. And there
Now
we go.
that's a lovely angle, lovely pace. Just enough.
This is on here.
It is on. Now then.
Has he got there? He's
Now
got
then.
it. Oh.
That was so close to a clearance. What a great beer leg. Coming from a 4 and a 5 in his previous 2 to then lay down an 8 for the beer. That's...
I mean, let's be honest. It pretty much says all you need to know about Andy Hayes.
It does. Because he's thirsty. When Andy's thirsty...
He is here for the beer, let's be honest. Or, in his case, fizzy pop.
So, now then, what can Angie do now? Disappointing for her 4 in her second leg, but a superb 8 in the first. Can she recapture that 4?
Enjoying Southern Mambo and Neil Young. I mean, apart from me, clearly Mr. Hayes.
Everybody on owing to the volume, everyone on this live stream, including Time Warner and other copyright holders, I suspect.
Tough split, isn't it? Tough split.
That's.
Likes that one.
Although
It's looking good.
that's unlucky. I was going to say.
It's not nice. No one likes to look at that from that end of the alley, do they? Stare down the barrel like that. I think Mr. Hayes has got
Consolation hit. Yeah, again, unfortunate just to take the 1, but 5 scored.
Not a nice split.
So far, our tally for the beer leg is 1 rolled over and a 1-1. 11 points to 11 pins to last 6. 14. Lads Night Out. Tom Morgan now, number 3 for Lads Night Out. Coming off that disappointing 4. That's a superb kingpin. That again, that sound. I hope you picked that up on the microphone. Every time you hear that noise, you know it's a good score. Just went past. Unlucky. Still a strong 7. Back to the form he expects.
Good stuff, mate.
It's given a good, strong target for Rads, who's coming off a 4 and a 5. I mean, he hasn't looked yet like he's got a 7 or an 8 in him. So, however, as we know, sometimes the beer leg just drives a bit of passion.
As well, of course, as we got to remember. I mean, was he fully prepared for the game?
But so was Andy. He just laid an 8 down.
Yeah. Oh, I know. No, but I mean, later than that, I mean, he wasn't on the team until literally we basically had, the names were changed on the board. It's different. Hayes found out an hour or 2 ago. You know, he could do his warm-ups. You know, so this is a different matter, isn't it? Being thrust.
I did collect Mr. Hayes on the way in. He did have a sheen of sweat about him, as if he'd been going through a warm-up ritual.
It's always good to hear.
Now then, Rads has come up with a 3 there, not having it. But as Alan said, a very late substitution. I mean, literally the dying seconds before the toss.
Seriously, just combobulated.
But then again, some might think, well, given that, maybe you should feel no pressure. No one's expecting you to do anything when you come in that late. But
I mean, you say that, but once
such
your
a
name's on the board,
it's such a fickle game. Such a fickle game. Right. Rob Priest for Lads Night Out, the second Welsh contingent of the evening. He's below par. He's very much below par.
Like I say, he's got a lot on at home, Rob. I mean, he's got a kitchen about to be completely destroyed from Monday. He's had a lot going on. He's just hit a 4, isn't he?
Sitting at the 4.
You know what I've done at the end of my selection?
Is that a 4 or a 5? It's been chalked up by the obviously.
I mean, I'd love to give him a 5, but
It was only a 4, but
as I say, that last one, George was the 5. There was another one that I think was a 4 last leg, but it didn't matter. So I'll have a look at the street.
so Graham having granted us an extra 1, but we've of course called out the error because that's the spirit of Skittles.
Very much so, yeah. There's an article on the website about exactly that.
And the website is of course abmskittles.com for those who aren't aware. Please feel free to peruse. Now then.
Someday we can get these streams up live on the website for all to see. Because I mean, a lot of people browse that site, obviously, but looking for live Skittles a bit disappointed. So.
Well, we've probably got some work to do on search engine optimization there. 3 scored for Graham. Graham didn't want the beer. Rob's taken a beer with a 4. Unusual, has to be said. But we'll take it because it's now 25. So that's now out to 17. Very low scoring beer leg, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, I've gone triple Skinnerd at the end of my selection.
Triple Skinnerd. Right, here comes Matt, coming off that lovely 9, and he's done another great first delivery. The pin that's wide as you look at it to the left for you is going to be the tricky one here.
Well, I think if he can take 2 or 3 here, you see.
It's
the same cluster, but from the other side.
It's always dependent on that second shot.
Yeah.
Now, consolation here.
He's out the fine zone. That's all he is. It's a difficult.
Fine.
Once you missed it, second ball when you missed it, it's like, that is annoying, and it's really hard to get yourself back in the
It's a
right
5.
zone. I don't want to do the same shot. Yeah.
Now, Brian, who of course started with a lovely 9, only a 5 last time out. Needs a 6 to take the beer by rights.
He plays 17 at present on the board.
Ooh. Big power there, but a little bit wild.
Can only be described as directionally flawed.
Yeah, he's got a really whippy follow through, but it does look like he's just losing some accuracy. Oh, there it was again. Unlucky not to take more, but Matt has taken a beer because Brian's only scored a 4.
It's going to be disappointing.
30 pins to Lads Night Out, 21 to the last 6. I think, yeah. The skipper here just has to pretty much hit 1, and they need a spare to take it. But of course, all about your personal average score. And Alan will be, I think, a little bit disappointed with his 2 6s so far this evening. That's not the first ball he would have been looking for. Found the gap straight through. What can he do with the second here? Oh, now then, having said he just needs to hit 1, it would be a shame to actually put that in front of them. It'd be nice to get a bit more of a cushion. There, he's hit the key nuts. But again, unlucky. That pin nearest to you, dancing around and not falling down. He only scored a 3.
Never had a 0. So
Goodness. So, 33 plays 21. It's not an impossible spare, but spares have been thin on the ground this season. But the ones that have come in have been quite big.
I pumped all my change in the dookie, so I've actually got my 20 pence here.
Now then, Ray found the same gap as Alan did twice.
Well, I went either side of the gap.
Okay, the leg is secured.
I'm still in the beer hunt here.
Lost his beer with a 4. So, Lads Not Out take the third leg, 33 pins to 25. Lads Not Out have a 4-2 lead. Now then, leg 4, Brian to lead out from last 6. Now this is a rollover with Albert. This is the for the beer leg honours still. They both tied on 6 apiece. That's a lovely kingpin strike. A little bit unfortunate not to take another one, but
From the rear, that was lovely to watch.
5 with his first ball. He obviously doesn't want to be taken for a beer leg by a whippersnapper.
Beer roll. It's going to leave Albert a big target here, I think.
Now then,
Albert, I'm concerned. Look. This is your target.
I think there's a 9 here. From Brian. I'd be very surprised if he misses this.
Every time when we played them the first game of the season, he was there.
There he goes.
He was their best player when we played R6 earlier in the season.
Well, that's a way to come back from a drawn beer leg, is to throw down a clearance.
Ray didn't want one for mine. I mean, I guess he felt like we all do, a little bit embarrassed to
Take one
beer
for a
leg
4.
fine. You know, I'm going to actually, I've got a 5 probably. Might be able to pay.
Now then, here comes Albert. Surely he can't throw in a clearance as well and take it to a double rollover. Let's have a look. First ball is going to be key.
Left the arrowhead.
He's left the arrowhead formation. Always unfortunate.
Have a lot of work here. It's not impossible, but not impossible. Need a bit of luck.
For anyone watching, Brian Archer has just put on the WhatsApp, how's it going? We should point him in the direction of the live stream, and then it saves us all having to type, doesn't it? Brian, if you watch this on the replay, as I've just told everyone else who's tuned in, it's we're on the start of leg 4, and it's 4 points to 2 to Lads Not Out. Albert's been tonked 9-4 for the rollover beer leg. He's off to the bar. To get a Coke. Angie's now up. Angie up for the 6.
Hansel as well. Unfortunately, I don't want to take it off him. Finds his fines.
Rules is rules. Fines is fines. Now then, Angie. Coming off an 8, a 4 and a 5. Can she recover some of that early promise? Yes.
That's in a tough place.
Lovely. What a lovely.
We are looking in a very difficult area of this leg now. Let's see whether Angie can get this spare. It'd be lovely to see. How we looking? Oh.
I think the 9's on. Given Angie's nicely paced, accurate deliveries, I think this is on. Let's see. Here we go.
Looking good. Oh, it's just the 8.
There's no such thing as just an 8, Alan. I think everyone's happy with an 8 in Skittles. Thank you, Matthew. Extra lubrication for the commentary team, so I apologise if the quality goes downhill from here. It might get better, Alan, actually. You're quite right. Now then, here comes Andy. Now he's riding high off his beer leg 8.
Where are we at on the equal? He needs another 8 so he can stay in train with his opponent here.
Well, there's
look at that.
3,
4, 5, 8.
3 with the first.
To keep pace with that.
It's not a bad split. He needs to knock that kingpin over to the left as the viewers are watching.
He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
That is great stuff. But the 8 is possible.
The 8 is definitely on, but look at the size of that gap in the middle. It's like a magnetic attraction. I don't think the 9's on. No.
But the gold is absolutely a real tempter, isn't it? The gold.
Now then, that's lovely. What a great shot, Andy. Well played. One of the worst shots in Skittles. That gap is so enormous.
So look at that. They're at parity. They're at 25 all there. Albert similarly 25. How many's Brian? The top end of this game is high quality.
Nip and
So
tuck.
you're at 25 already.
Yeah.
The first 2 players from both teams are jockeying for position. They're doing very well.
27 the top of this game has been
Right.
absolutely.
Here's Rad for the last 6. That's a great first ball.
I sincerely.
Still a nice angle here with the kingpin. You can see to the right of your screen.
That looks very nice.
It's a nice diagonal angle for him.
That's come out of this box tonight, isn't it?
Now then.
Fully worn
Not
now.
too fine a cut, not too thick. You've got to be quite accurate with your delivery here. Let's see if he can do it. Now then. Oh, everyone thought that was in with a good chance. Strong 7. Best score of the evening by 2 pins from Rads there.
Think anyone's put Tuesday's gone on by Leonard Skinner before?
I doubt it.
Maybe me. Let's be honest.
What are we looking at? 25 pins for last 6.
Yeah, I mean, we're struggling with this leg. We need a spare to get
25
back
pins
anywhere
to
near.
12. So tall order for Tom. He's coming off a good 7. I think he did that last leg. Initial miss, but then he came good. I seem to remember. Probably erroneously, but we'll go with it.
He had a lovely 7 last leg.
Oh, he's managed the middle pin trick shot.
I think the leg's gone. I'm going to put that out there.
The skipper's written off the leg, but I don't know. We've got
Tom's been, as ever, he's had a few games of really, just unlucky.
just the one scored. Just millimetres in it. That's the cruelty of the game of Skittles. Beautiful delivery, beautiful pacing, just centimetres off at most, millimetres perhaps even in it. Now then, Graham from last 6. I mean, the leg's probably gone now for Lads Not Out. We're too far behind to pull this back. So
classic. What we like, though.
It is.
We're still in the game.
Yeah. It's this is now last six's leg to lose. I think it's.
I mean, they can't. I think Graham's hit a lovely 7 there.
Very strong 7. Graham's
First proper leg of the night.
Yep, Graham again.
Look at that. I mean, they're
A 9, an 8, a 7, and a 7. This is their strongest.
I don't know if they're looking in the maximum leg, the 48. I don't know if we're in that ballpark yet, but
It's a strong leg, isn't it? Whereas now then,
they're at 31 with 2 to play. So
now Rob is coming off a 3, a 4, and a 4 for last night
I
out.
can't believe
I think-
Rob's going to get another fine out of tonight.
No, we need more.
I think Rob's going to work out what to do again at some point tonight. I mean,
He's just got to hit the kingpin now. That's got to be his target.
Do we need to tell him that again? I mean, he's not played for a couple of games, but maybe we should mention it. I don't know.
It's the middle one, Rob. It's the middle one.
And the one right in the middle.
Right in the middle, nearest to you. No, not quite. Didn't want it. The wry smile. He saw our little banter there. He's got another 3. He's not covering himself in glory this evening.
Coming at he's at a
14 after 5. After 4 legs.
What Rob's PB blowers.
He's not looking good to break 20. Now then, Brian.
It's not far off. The second one was nice.
Brian for last 6. A strong but inaccurate first throw again. Story of his night, really. Ooh, just the 2.
Let's get to the end of the.
Not in a comfortable place since that first 9. Cleared out a few more. 5. Yeah, after a promising start for Brian with a 9, but it's then been 5-4-5. But it's fine. The leg is theirs pretty much now. Matt got to go for personal average territory here. He's got that 9 on the board.
It's at 18.
He's due another one, I think.
I mean, we know he's so reliable in the third. I mean, the games Matt doesn't get into the 30 zone are few and far between. So, but the thing is, when a leg's lost, it's so hard to motivate yourself, isn't it? I find.
Only 1 with that first ball, though. Better now. There's an angle here.
It's a possible 9. Yeah, the 9's there.
He's hugging the radiator. His thigh is brushing
an
it.
8. It's just a 6. He's in the zone of the 30. Yeah, he's 24 pins on 4 legs.
He is. He's 24 with 1 to throw, isn't he? That's all right.
I know, but
Now,
this one says. Sorry about that, Callum.
Oh, is that for this one?
Yeah.
That's all right. No, the leg is dead, isn't it?
here comes Ray just to absolutely hammer it. They're going for a. They're going for a big total now. That's a great first shot. There's a lovely angle here.
I didn't quite like this spare. I like it a little bit more than
This angle is nice for a right-hander. He's pulled it across. Oh, same again. He doesn't have to change anything, just tweak it by a couple of centimetres. He's taking up the same stance. Oh, same shot again. He didn't tweak quite enough there. He's got a 5. Still, is that a 41? 41.
I don't think he's controversial to write 2 in there.
That's a great leg there.
What, are we 10?
We are on 22. 41 with 22.
Required for the draw.
And 19 to draw. 20 to win, Alan. I'm not sure that's going to happen. But Alan, coming off a 3 in the last leg, has got to do a bit more for his. He'll be disappointed with his 3. He's found the gap again. He is. Bit of banter from him. He knows he's just making the point that that's exactly what he did last time. Is he now going to overcorrect the other way? No, he's gone too far the other way. Any gap will do. Some inter-captain rivalry and joking there. There we are. Hey, he's gone for the big fat. And he said only the previous leg he's never had a 0. He's never had a competitive 0.
I feel like I have to welcome you to the club, Alan.
Welcome to the club, Alan. We're all there. That was Brett,
And the rest of us at the club.
who is no stranger to low scores. It has to be said.
I'm absolutely broken.
How are you feeling, Skip?
I'm feeling quite. I mean, that third shot was so poor as well.
I can't believe I didn't get the lowest score in this round.
Some more barracking from Tom there. Albert's coming with a 7.
Albert, my friend, you can play next week.
Now then, it's the final leg. It's 4 points apiece. And Albert's got us off to a great start. Now then, could he possibly pull out a 9 for one of the best scores he's ever had? He's only done it. Well played, Albert. He's delighted. What a big grin on his face. 34 scored. One of his best. In fact, not of his best score.
That is my best score. That is my best score.
Congratulations, Albert. How do you feel about that finish?
Ecstatic. I'm happy. So happy.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
After a run of not very good weeks, that makes
I've
me very
already
happy.
told the viewers that we had a discussion on the way in. You said you felt you deserved to just get a bit more after come true. Your dreams have come true, Albert.
I literally cannot have done. Oh, yeah, very happy.
Well played, Albert. Now then, what could Brian do? There's some pressure here. They know they need to take this leg to win the match, as it's 4 apiece.
The lip wobble.
The handshake.
Now Brian put a lot of effort into that one. He's slightly off balance. Now this kingpin is going to cause a problem because it's going to fire off at an angle, and it's going to be very difficult to get more than 2 out of this.
I've never had a 0. I've never had a score on the teams. So this is
Now then, what's Brian's plan? Oh, very good. That's a really, really good shot. To avoid the temptation of the king and go around and get the back 2.
That's a hell of a contest at the top.
Fantastic. So it's 7 plays 9 at the moment for the last 6, but Brian and Albert have tied 34 pins apiece. What a great contest at the first man out. It's now then, what can Andy do? Bit of a tussle with Ange. They're both coming off an 8 on their last leg. 25 pins each, another close contest. Okay, now then, Andy just has to not panic now. He's not the panicking type, but he just needs to hold it together. Okay, now he's panicking a bit.
It's horrible, though, isn't it?
It's not well. As you now
and
know,
2 misses, though. That's the thing.
as you now know.
2 blanks, and then I hit, and then 2. He's gone hards.
Okay, that's a pretty
go
good
home.
pickup. That's a good pickup. 4 is probably about the best he could do. 29. He's just missed the 30, which is our sort of par solid score.
He's happy with that. But the pressure of
A 29 with 2 4s. That's pretty good. Second and third. So,
At least you went out of the way now. That's
12 pins
also never got a score in
to lads' night out. Angie needs to get a 6 or more to pull them ahead on the pin total. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Just a too fine and a cut on the pin.
I just don't miss.
Now then,
That many.
second ball.
5 out of 6 holes.
Right or left? What would you do, viewers?
Then you really do the
It's
down.
gone to your right, our left. Again, I feel that was unfortunate. Now this is not a good lineup.
You have had that season, though, right? You don't think you're doing anything wrong, and then you get.
Oh, it's unlucky. 5 scored.
Big as 30.
So we go into leg 3 with a lead. Just a reminder, it's 4 points apiece. We now have the slimmest of slim leads by 1 pin into third throws. So Tom Morgan now, he's got to be fired up after that one. But then again with Tom, well, that's the problem though.
The doubt
Yeah.
is what it does for you.
Let's have a look. Now there we go. That's going to help him a lot. That was a beautiful smooth delivery, bang on target.
It's possible here. Is he going to slow it up?
I don't know. A little bit. Oh, that was unlucky. We know where he's going now. He's got to go and shift to your right or our left as we look at it. That's unlucky. It's all right. He's finished with a 6, which is a great comeback after that one. As the skipper said there, that a 1 or a 0, it just fills you with doubt about yourself. You get a little bit of the sweaty palm. Do I know what I'm doing? None of us, of course, know what we're doing, but
He's doing stuff to make.
now then, the last minute substitution, Rad for last 6. What can he do? He's coming off a 7 in leg 4. It's a 3. That's not bad, although a little bit of a wide pin placement here. Still lots of gaps. Good shot. It was on target. Unfortunately, for taking it off.
I've not gone for a wee or anything. Never do that during a game. Looking good. Just it.
Just the one. A 6 scored. Second best score of the evening. It's come, after a very poor start, to finish with a 7-6 is creditable. He finishes on 25. Tom Morgan 26. We still carry the 1 pin advantage into the 4th throw. 19 to Lads Night Out, 18 to last 6. Here is Rob Priest, our second Welshman of the evening. Well, he's coming off a 3, and to be fair, 2 4s and another 3.
Go on then. There we go.
Better.
Come on, Rob.
Now then, there's an 8 here.
There's an 8.
It's an angle for an 8 and a chance for a 9. He got overexcited. He got overexcited by the dizzy heights of a 5, and he's just missed out on his 20. 19 scored.
Free go.
24 pins to Lads Night Out. 18 to last 6.
6 behind, aren't they, last 6 as we speak?
So, 6-point deficit. That's a good start. Well,
Who likes that?
he's halved the deficit. That's in his mind. He's got to be happy with that. He's got to come. I would have thought he'd got to come a severe cross alley angle here. What's he playing for? What's he playing for? That's unusual. I wouldn't have picked that particular thing.
What he was aiming for.
I'm not sure. It's a 5. I would have. Yeah, we would have gone across the alley and tried to cut into the roof.
You can see we're now 5 adrift on totals, but in the leg.
So there's still 1 point in it. 24 pins to Lads Night Out, 23 to last 6. The match is all square. Matt needs to pull out another glorious performance. That's unlucky. Solid kingpin hit, only 2 taken. Now he has to not let this get to him. He's got to go to the left as you look at it. Oh, again, just 2 again. Now then, there's some angles here. Oh, that was a superb pickup. That was the best he could do, and he pulled it out. An 8 to take us up to 32. Now then, 32 plays 23. Now Brian's had a 9. He's had a 9 in his first leg. He's got one in him. It's going to be difficult now. They were 9 behind. Unless Brian can pull out a bit of a miracle shot here. This is looking very good for Lads Not Out. 3. He's scored 5. So Brian, having started with a 9, then follows up with 5, 4, 5, 5 and a 28. So 28 pins to last 6, 32. Lads Not Out. 4 pin advantage. Alan needs to sort of 6 points to put a real pressure shot on them. Now he's coming off a 0, of course. He's got a wry grin on his face, but as we've discussed before, he's got to be mentally tough. And the music has stopped for him. Hits the kingpin. It's a good shot. You can see the relief is palpable on his face. He's not worried now. He's just was concerned about not getting another 0. And he's missed it. 5 scored.
I've just got into 20. I've not got a teenage score. Still, my record is maintained. Thank fuck for that, frankly.
So, pin total for Lads Night Out, 37. They're on 28. Now then, spare to win. Stranger things have happened. Let's see. It's a tough ask now. A spare out of this. He's basically got to knock them all down with this. The angle. I mean, don't get me wrong. There is an angle there.
Not impossible. That was close to it.
That was very close. We all sort of went a little bit. Ooh. I'll tell you what, that was close. That was close to getting us a bit concerned they'd steal the win. Oh, that is unlucky. Well played, Ray, there. A very strong 7 to finish. His joint equal score. So, Lads Not Out take leg 5, 37 to 35. 6 points to 4. It's a win for Lads Not Out. The first win for several games. So that's it. Pin totals, it's 160 pins to Lads Not Out and 169. So we won the game with a 9-pin deficit. But that was a good close game. I hope you enjoyed that. It was well fought. Had a sprinkling of 9s throughout and a big fat 0.
They're keeping all right.
Yeah, all right, Brian. And and a sprinkling of poor performance as well. A 1 from Tom and a 0 from the skipper. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Join us again for live Skittles from Lads Not Out. If you like the Facebook and follow us, we'll let you know when we have new games to live stream. We try and live stream all of them. Can't guarantee it, of course. And if you're in the South Oxfordshire area and you fancy giving Skittles a go to abmskittles.com and have a look and give them a call. Come down. We're always on the lookout for new teams. If you're just 1 or 2 people and you fancy joining an existing team, again, give them a contact and they'll be more than happy to tell you about the wonderful, relaxed and not at all competitive game that is Skittles. Till the next time, see you soon.